Do you believe that there is a vehicle born more than half a century ago, yet still capable of crossing swamps, climbing rocky mountains, fording deep rivers, and enduring -40°C temperatures? A machine that's not flashy, not noisy, but trusted by millions of soldiers and people living in remote regions. Today, we'll explore the UAZ-469, the legendary Soviet off-road vehicle, and see why it's called the unyielding warrior across every terrain and extreme weather. And if you love legendary off-road machines, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss the latest videos from Mudlord, where we conquer every trail together. One engine, the heart that powers the UAZ-469 through all terrains. The UAZ-469 was equipped with a 2.45-liter inline, four-gasoline engine, producing 75 horsepower. Compared to modern SUVs with 150 to 200 horsepower, that may seem modest. But in off-road driving, raw horsepower isn't what matters most. What truly counts is torque at low RPMs, and this is exactly where the UAZ-469 shines. Its peak torque of 167 Nm comes in at just around 2,500 RPM, meaning that even when the engine is only purring, it has enough pulling power to push the vehicle through mud, climb rocky slopes, or crawl across rough ground. Thanks to this, drivers don't need to constantly shift gears. The vehicle can simply crawl steadily without losing power, which is vital in tricky terrain where a mistimed gear change could mean stalling or getting stuck. Even more important, this engine is purely mechanical, no complicated electronic control systems. This brings three major advantages. Easy repairs. With just basic tools, you can fix issues even in the middle of the forest or desert. Low dependence on rare parts. Many components can be improvised or fabricated temporarily and still work. High reliability. Fewer electronics means fewer failures caused by moisture, mud, or extreme temperatures. Its cooling system uses a mechanical fan and a large radiator, ensuring stable engine temperature even under continuous operation in 40°C plus heat. The carburetor was specially designed to resist icing, allowing the vehicle to start reliably even at -40°C, something many modern civilian cars can only manage with engine heaters or special oils. In short, the UAZ-469's engine is a true warrior's heart, not fast, not flashy, but absolutely dependable where breaking down could mean being stranded or forced to give up. 2. Drivetrain, power delivered with efficiency. The UAZ-469 came with a part-time 4x4 system, the ideal choice for a military off-road vehicle of its era. On paved roads or flat terrain, it runs in rear-wheel drive, saving fuel and reducing wear on drivetrain components. But when facing mud, deep snow, or rocky paths, the driver can engage the front axle with a simple mechanical lever, instantly switching to four-wheel drive for full traction. The key here is that the system is entirely mechanical, no electronics involved. This means it works reliably anywhere, as long as the driver operates it correctly. The main 4-speed gearbox is paired with a 2-speed transfer case, high/low range. High range, for normal roads or when extra pulling power isn't needed. Low range, multiplies torque, making every gear slower but stronger, allowing the vehicle to crawl over boulders, climb steep slopes, or haul heavy loads without running out of power. On military and specialized versions, the UAZ-469 was also equipped with mechanical differential locks. This is a powerful tool when one wheel loses traction, like spinning freely in mud or on a slippery rock. The diff lock forces both wheels on the same axle to rotate together, maintaining traction and keeping the vehicle moving forward. Without it, a single slipping wheel could immobilize the entire axle. The combination of part-time 4x4, a 2-speed transfer case, and optional differential locks gave the UAZ-469 remarkable versatility. It could cruise quickly on paved roads, crawl slowly but powerfully through rough terrain, and always gave the driver direct, reliable control, without depending on fragile electronic aids. This is why the UAZ-469 wasn't just a vehicle to get from point A to point B, it was a true tool for crossing places where no road had ever existed. 3. Suspension and chassis, the foundation of durability and endurance. A strong off-road vehicle must be built on a strong foundation, and the UAZ-469 was constructed with a body-on-frame design, meaning the body and chassis are separate. While heavier than today's unibody civilian cars, this structure handles twisting forces far better, especially when one-wheel drops into a hole or climbs over uneven rocks. Its suspension used leaf springs with hydraulic shock absorbers. That may sound old-fashioned compared to modern independent suspension systems, but leaf springs bring key advantages for off-road use. Excellent load capacity. The UAZ-469 can carry hundreds of kilograms of gear, supplies, or equipment without sagging. Extreme durability. Leaf springs are very hard to break, even under constant harsh impacts. Easy field repairs. Replacing or fixing a leaf spring in the field is much simpler than dealing with complex modern suspension systems. Another major strength is its long suspension travel, which helps maintain ground contact. When one wheel falls into a hole or climbs over a rock, the other wheels can still stay grounded, preserving traction. In contrast, lower clearance vehicles are more easily hung up, with wheels spinning freely in the air. The UAZ-469 also boasts an impressive 300 mm of ground clearance, still a respectable figure by today's standards. This allows it to pass over logs, large rocks, or ditches with little risk of damaging the underbody or gearbox. Its short overhangs, short front and rear ends, give it excellent approach and departure angles, letting it climb steep slopes or descend into deep ditches without scraping its bumpers, something many modern SUVs struggle with. Altogether, the UAZ-469's frame and suspension gave it immortal mechanical durability, able to withstand thousands of kilometers of punishing terrain without demanding complex maintenance. That's why so many UAZ-469 served in the military and remote areas for decades, and are still running strong today. 4. Tires and terrain adaptability, the shoes that take the UAZ-469 everywhere. No matter how strong an off-road vehicle is, it's useless if the tires can't grip the ground. The UAZ-469 was fitted with large military-grade tires with deep treads and bold block patterns, designed to maximize traction across all types of terrain, from dry soil and rocky trails to mud and deep snow. One notable feature is that the UAZ-469 allows manual tire pressure adjustment when needed. Lowering the tire pressure increases the contact area with the ground, helping the vehicle float better on sand or snow and reducing the risk of sinking. After crossing such tough terrain, the driver can inflate the tires back to standard pressure for road driving. The axles, drive shafts, and wheel bearings were all designed to be watertight. Thanks to this, the UAZ-469 can ford streams up to 0.6 to 0.7 meters deep without even using a snorkel. With a snorkel upgrade, it can cross even deeper rivers or extended flooded sections without fear of water entering the engine. In addition, its steel wheels are extremely tough and easy to fix. In field conditions, if a wheel rim gets dented by rocks or potholes, the driver can simply hammer it back into shape and keep going, something modern alloy rims can't handle. The tires and wheels of the UAZ-469 are more than just contact points with the ground, they are the first line of defense against unforgiving terrain. Thanks to this rugged footwear, the vehicle can traverse routes that even hikers would think twice about. 5. Weather resistance, a four-season warrior. The UAZ-469 was built for the Soviet Army, whose battlefield stretched from the frozen Siberian tundra to the scorching deserts of Central Asia. As a result, it had to be engineered to operate reliably in the harshest climates on Earth. In winter frost, the engine had a carburetor designed to resist icing and a powerful cabin heater, ensuring easy starts even at -30°C or -40°C. Pipes and the radiator were made to withstand expansion and contraction from extreme temperature changes, preventing cracks. Special cold-resistant lubricants and greases were used in axles and steering joints, keeping them from seizing in freezing weather. In desert heat, a large radiator and continuously operating mechanical fan ensured effective cooling, even when crawling slowly on 50 degrees Celsius desert sand. The military-style air intake and filtration system handled huge amounts of dust without reducing engine performance. Rubber seals and plastic components were made from UV-resistant materials to endure strong sunlight without rapid aging. In mud and heavy rain, the simple electrical system had very few sensitive parts, so moisture or splashes wouldn't stall the engine like on modern sensor-heavy vehicles. Axles, gearbox, and driveshafts were sealed and equipped with high-mounted breathers to keep out water and mud. Mudguards and the underbody design helped prevent dirt and rocks from clogging critical components. Thanks to this adaptability, the UAZ-469 was practically unlimited by season or terrain. Whether in a snow-blanketed winter, during monsoon floods, or under blazing desert sun, it continued to perform its duty without needing fancy technology. 6. Strengths and weaknesses, a full picture of the UAZ-469 Warrior. Small blue diamond strengths. Strong low-end torque. With high torque at low RPMs, the UAZ-469 can crawl through mud, over rocks, or climb steep hills without much throttle. Simple, durable mechanical design, few electronic parts, easy to fix with basic tools, even in the middle of the forest or desert. High ground clearance and excellent approach/departure angles. About 300 mm clearance plus short front/rear overhangs make it capable of clearing obstacles with ease. Weather adaptability, from -40 degrees Celsius freezing cold to 50 degrees Celsius scorching heat, from snow to mud, it stays reliable. Strong water fording ability, can cross 0.6 to 0.7 m streams without a snorkel. With minor upgrades, it can go deeper. Good payload capacity. Leaf spring suspension carries heavy loads, useful for both military operations and remote civilian use. Small blue diamond weaknesses. Limited horsepower. With only 75 horsepower, top speed is around 100 km per hour, not ideal for long highway driving. Uncomfortable on-road, stiff suspension, poor sound insulation, and more vibration compared to modern SUVs. High fuel consumption off-road, around 14 to 16 liters per 100 kilometers in tough terrain. Minimal amenities, built purely for function, with almost no electronic driver aids or comfort features. Conclusion. The UAZ-469 is not for those who seek comfort or speed. It is a true mechanical survival tool, simple, rugged, and always ready to take you to places where maps don't even draw roads. For off-road enthusiasts, especially those who love the raw, authentic feel of driving a tough machine, the UAZ-469 remains an irreplaceable legend. So, we've just explored the UAZ-469, a timeless workhorse built to conquer every terrain and climate. More than half a century later, it still proves one thing: strength doesn't just come from horsepower, but from simplicity, smart engineering, and unmatched adaptability. If you're passionate about legendary off-road vehicles, drop a comment below and share your thoughts about the UAZ-469. Have you ever seen one in action, or maybe even had the chance to drive one?